Yeah, best bets for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's kind of weird with 2 games already having been played.
Yeah.
That's weird to me, but I mean, we got to make do with that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's go ahead. I'll let you go ahead and start.
All right. You're gonna have comments on this. It's weird, but I'm doing a Bryce Young bet.
Fading Bryce Young or
Bryce Young over 200
not fading?
No, 217 and a half passing yards. Now hear me out. Because I know
I'll hear you out.
he has looked better as of lately. The last time he played the Bucks back on December 1st, he threw for 298 yards. He's gone over the 217 and a half passing yards in 3 of the last 5 games. This is at minus 115, and I really like it.
Yeah, it's hard for me to admit that Bryce Young has showed some potential, but he kind of has. I got you there.
The stats don't lie.
The stats don't lie. I'm going to stay in that game for the Bucks. I'm going to focus on their rushing attack, though, against one of the worst rush defenses in the league. But Bucky Irving's rushing is at 80.5, and that is really high. I could see him ended up getting like 77 or something stupid where it's just under. I kind of like the 8.5. It's just a little too steep. So I'm actually going to go with Rachaad White, and I'm going to focus on his rush and receiving yards.
Okay.
That's 63.5.
Gonna bundle it?
Yeah, bundle it. Bundle Ruski. Now look
I've been saying
started.
that way too much. I'm normally the one who says it.
I know. Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
Rachaad White, over 63.5 rush plus receiving yards at minus 115. He's hit this in 3 of the last 4 games, and I think he's going to have an easy time running the ball. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. Not to quote your dad, but it's a no-brainer.
All right. T. Higgins he might not play. He's questionable and banged up, but I like his under 70.5 receiving yards at minus 115 again. Not only, could he re-aggravate his injury and be on a snap count, but I think the Bengals will move Jamar Chase around, trying to keep him away from Patrick Surtain.
Makes sense.
So
Surtain tends to stay on just one side.
Yes, which means that Surtain will be on Higgins at times, and on their other cornerback, Riley Moss.
Yeah, former Iowa Hawkeye.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he should be back and will help slow the attack down as well.
Yeah, I like that. McIntosh first touchdown. Charbo is too chalky. Serial says. That would be Kenny McIntosh, I believe. I still like Jack Charbonnet. I mean,
did you just say Jax?
Zach.
Okay, I thought you said Jack.
No,
Charbonnet.
I think I
said
Jack.
No. We sounded like Jack.
Jacques.
No.
Yeah, Zach.
I'm sticking with that.
It is chalky, but I also like it.
Hey, and I do the chalk sometimes. Okay, they stick to being chalky. Sometimes.
She does the chalk.
I don't know. Just ignore me. Keep going.
All right. Well, speaking of chalk,
I take those chalky ones.
Speaking of chalky ones, I've bundle Rooski some.
You're just all about bundling tonight.
I know. I bundled some anytime touchdowns for chalky players and put them in a parlay, and that starts with Chase Brown versus the Broncos. He's been really solid. Kyron Williams, your guy, versus the Cardinals.
That's a solid one.
I don't like him, but yeah, he tends to score a lot of touchdowns.
Why? I don't get why you don't like him.
I know you don't.
Whatever.
Bucky Irving.
Never understand you there.
They play the Cardinals. Bucky Irving, anytime touchdown versus the Panthers. I mean, we already talked about the Panthers' run defense. And then Jonathan Taylor versus the Giants. Giants have a lot of defensive injuries. Jonathan Taylor coming off a huge game where he had 2 touchdowns, both of them, I believe, over 40 yards. That's plus 817. Now, if you're feeling a little spicy, you can change that Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown to Jonathan Taylor 2+ touchdown, just like last week. He's running it back. That's plus 2384, almost 24-1. I like the first one. I would just do maybe a tiny bit on that 24-1 because that's pretty spicy. And like I said, Giants they're not very healthy on defense, and technically the Colts could still make the playoffs. So I think that they're going to try. So yeah.
I just wanted to look up quick. How many times has he gotten that 2 touchdowns?
Last week is the only one that matters. He's gotten it twice. Last week and week 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay then.
Well, and Joe Flacco might start, so you don't have to worry about Anthony Richardson vulturing any. So there is that.
There is that. let's see. My next one. So we both kind of worked on throwing this one together.
Yeah.
It's a little long shot bet just for fun where, I added some stuff, then you added some stuff. So here it goes. We're going to start with the Bucks Panthers game and go Bucky Irving and Chuba Hubbard, both 50 plus rushing yards. Rachaad White, 25 plus rushing yards. Bryce Young, 225 plus passing yards.
Obviously, your contribution after everybody heard me trash Bryce Young.
Yes. And then from there, we're going to add the Colts Giants game. We're going to go Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
Pulling that from your parlay there. And then finally go to the Chargers and Patriots game and do Ladd McConkey 50 plus receiving yards. That all adds up to be a plus 692 parlay.
Yeah, almost 7-1. And it seems like, I can see where it's all going to play out. So, yeah, feeling good about that one. Let's get cereals in here real quick. DK Metcalf, 10 plus yards first quarter. JSN, 15 plus first quarter. I like that JSN one better if Jalen Johnson is after DK. DK could still get some catches. Don't get me wrong. But in that first, I like the JSN one a lot. Here's my best against the spread plays. I don't know if you know this, but I am back at the number 1 spot overall against the spread in the NFL on Tally Site. This one's a tough week, though. I honestly don't love a lot of the games, but I do love the Lions to beat the Niners by 3.5. I think that the Lions are going to continue winning despite their injuries, and I think the Niners are they're trending down. They're not going to do well this year, obviously. Well, they haven't done well. The Panthers-Bucks game you talked about, I didn't pick a side. The Bucks are 7.5 point favorites. I could see it end up being like a garbage touchdown by the Panthers to make it close, but I do like over 48.5 total points. I think both teams struggle on defense. They'll put up points. And then I like the Broncos plus 145 on the money line. I think Broncos are winning. And then for a little fun teaser that I've been doing, this is a plus 160. You got Chargers plus 2 versus the Patriots. Colts minus 1.5 versus the Giants. They're going to win that game easily. And then Commanders plus 2 against the Falcons. I think all three of those teams win. So that's an easy plus 160 there.